Yeah, my boy Jason Clendending hit me up on Facebook, asked for some props. I was like, let me see what I got. I don't know, I might have something here. I'm sure I got something. I don't know. Might be running low. So I did send him a box of props. More stuff over here. We got props everywhere, son. So I did send him a box of props, man. That's what we do in the community. We hook each other up. Tons of stuff I sent him, so he can use for his art and stuff like that. So out here in Chicago, Chirac. Okay, whatever. Play that funky intro.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's crispy.
What is up, Marvel Universe fanatics? It is Ash Rock back with another review. This is going to be on the Marvel Universe Elektra. Long-awaited figure for the Marvel Universe line, and we get to appreciate Mr. Vanna's work even more and more. I'm going to be saying that name a lot more, guys, towards the end of these last couple waves, because you know what? We got to pay dues. You know, we got to pay respect to the man who really put these in place. And this guy was let go over a year ago, and yet his work is still being published. And as collectors, we are... As Marvel Universe collectors, how the hell do you not appreciate some of these figures coming out? And imagine if he was still around, how much greater they would have gotten. So that's a whole nother video, but whatever. You guys get my point. Let's look at the box art. There it is, Elektra. So she's nice and pretty. She's got a nice little ass. And then the other figures in the wave. This is a complete revision wave, guys, if you haven't seen it. It consists of the 4 figures. There's 4 new figures: Cap, Mysterio, Elektra, and Rhino. And then 4 other re-releases. Iron Spider-Man, Silver Surfer, Iron Fist, and I forget the other figure. But and they're all part of that wave. They're pretty much pulling a G.I. Joe or a Star Wars kind of thing on these figures, guys, which is kind of lame, but you know, I get it. Even the figures that just came out right now, I believe they're numbers 9 through 16 or something like that. They're all redos. They're all just new. They're all just figures and with new numbers on the side. So on the side here, you have the new numbers. So there you go, a little bit of tidbit knowledge for all of you. So here she is, guys. We'll start off with the paint apps. Paint apps are awesome. Awesome. I mean, you know, obviously she's got one main color. She's all red, and then she's got a lot of skin showing. A lot of skin. A lot. Nothing really there, but as you can see throughout, I mean, very, very nice, well painted, well sculpted. I do like this female mold, man. This thing is so awesome, and it's just such a shame, dude. You know, if they would have redone a Jean Grey Storm, Psylocke with this, man, dude, that sucks, but whatever. Her paint apps are absolutely awesome, though. They came out really, really nice. The only gripe, okay, if I had any, there's not much shading on this figure, okay, which is not a big deal to me. It really isn't. For a figure, for certain characters, I think shading is really not necessary. Like Jubilee, like I never understood why they did shading on her yellow trench coat. Like, that was stupid. But with this figure here, it's not necessary either, because she is pretty much all red. I mean, there's no need. If it was a darker red, it'd be a different story. My only gripe, okay, and I don't know how many of your figures have the same thing, but her eyes, man. You see that? She's kind of like looking to the left or the right, I guess. One eye's looking straight, so she's got a little bit of a sleepy eye there, which kind of sucks. Lips came out real nice and luscious. Definitely some nice makeout lips. Hair came out real nice and wavy. Her little bandana came out nice. I mean, this figure is awesome, guys, in every aspect of the word. But that little blotch there is kind of a bummer for me. I don't know about you guys. If you guys have this figure, you guys let me know if you have the same deal. But paint applications, I'm still going to give her a 5 out of 5, believe it or not. Even with that little mistake, I'm going to consider that kind of a 1 in 1,000 type of deal. I hope now, unlike Jubilee, whose every other figure eyes were crooked, and then yeah, so that was a little whack. But let's move on to the articulation. So you got the ball joint hinge up here. You got a single jointed elbow. It rotates at the wrist. And then, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to talk about weapons. So weapons are silver and black. So there you go. Still 5 out of 5 for paint apps. Rotates at the wrist all the way around. Has no ab crunch, which is kind of lame, but it does have the famous boob crunch. Yes. Ball joint hinge on the head. It comes down really, really nice, but upwards not so much because of the hair, because of the bandana, so not a big deal. This piece here is separate, which is kind of neat. So it doesn't hinder the articulation in terms of her thighs. She does have a hinge up here, upper thigh, double jointed knees, and then rotates at the ankle and at this calf piece too. I'm sorry, and it has ankle rockers. So really, really nice. Now the way her pieces sit here, her weapons, it is a little goofy. So she's got these fingers that are, and see, they just fall off. She's got these fingers that are meant for her to hold them, kind of like, I don't know, I mean, you guys saw how I had them in there earlier, but it is a bitch getting them in there to, like, to sit right. Like, it feels kind of unnatural at times. It really does. So not a major gripe. I'm not gonna hold it against her. You know, maybe I'm doing something wrong, you guys tell me, but it just feels kind of like, I see what they're trying to do. See, they're trying to have you kind of do this thing here, so you know, and that's kind of cool. I like that. I think that's a different dynamic to holding a weapon. But when you do both hands like that, I don't know. I don't like that so much. You know, maybe I have one hand like that and the other one in a regular pose where you can hold it in her hand, but it can be a little tricky holding it in her hand, or it looks unnatural holding it in her hand like that. You know what I mean? But again, not a big deal. For articulation, I'm still going to screw that. I'm going to give her a 5 out of 5. I think they did an awesome job. This new female mold, I love it so much. So, final score on Elektra. You got it. 5 out of 5, man. This thing is really neat. I definitely think it's worth picking up if you're a big Elektra fan, if you're a big Daredevil fan with the new Daredevil figure. It's not a new figure, but the 2-pack with Bullseye, and you have this figure here. You definitely got a nice little couple, and she's definitely a welcome addition. I mean, I remember they showcased her, I believe, almost 2 years ago, man. So before this, you know, a while ago. Which again, and I'm going back on a rant about Vonner's work, but it speaks that something like this was made almost 2 years ago. So imagine what we would see 2 years from now if him and his team were still working on Marvel Universe and, you know, even Legends and stuff like that. Because all these lines are, in my opinion, man, I don't know, I'm diverting away from this review for a little bit, but in my opinion, I see a lot of crap coming out. Like, just some of these figures just look like crap. I don't know. Again, to some people it doesn't matter, you know, as long as it says Marvel and they get their characters that they want, they're okay with it. Call me old school, call me anal, I really don't care. Speaking of anal, your mom loves it, so you can call me whatever you want. But at the end of the day, I don't know, man. You know, whatever. Anyways, this review is about Elektra, so I'm not going to get all angry now. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. Remember to laugh every day. Boob crunch. Oh, God. They're so nice. Just kind of, you know, kind of wish they were real. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, remember to laugh every day. You guys have a good one. Deuces.